Trying to get you there, brother.
All right, 4 o'clock arise. I said 4 o'clock arise.
How was that? Yeah, you get delirious. You get delirious, yo.
I damn sure said 4 o'clock arise.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to WWTF World Classic Gaming Show. MikeC.
And I'm Fred White.
Hey, today we talk to you about Forza Horizon Part 4.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, this is exclusively on the Microsoft brand, which means that you can play it on the Xbox and the PC, and it's also included in Game Pass.
Yes. Best thing for Game Pass. But go ahead.
But before we start talking about it, as always, we'd like to give it a number of facts.
Yes.
Mike, did you...
Yes, I played it.
You played it?
Yes, I did.
All right. What do you give it?
4.
Okay. I'm going to give it a 4 as well, too, Michael.
20.
And then we'll tell you at the end, is this the game for you to finally jump out there and get an Xbox One X?
Yep. Forza. Beautiful looking game.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that. Beautiful looking game.
Yes.
I love the changes of the seasons. That's a great addition to add on to this game.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, cars everywhere.
Yes.
As far as the introduction, there's no introduction like Forza Horizon when you first come into the game. They hit you with what they have. Mm-hmm. So you get with the 4 seasons right from the beginning, and this is what you get. And they redid like the dashboard as far as the graphics, how it comes in and stuff like that. The cars couldn't look more better. The cars look beautiful. You see the reflection off the hood and everything like that. Love going down the water and splashing against the screen. The splashing against the screen, you saw that before. Yes. But the reflection, I think they really upped the game on the reflections of the hood on this game. Car handles great. Cars do feel a lot lighter though. I've noticed that as far as when you wreck, you turn over a couple times, and I've turned over a couple times, and I didn't really experience that in the other Forza. So the other Forza felt like the cars were more like heavier for one, and it felt like as far as the center of gravity, it just automatically just basically corrected itself or whatever, right? You never felt the need of like you was going to crash / burnout style upon it. So I was in the car that flipped over a couple times, so I was like, okay, so the car's lighter, they flip over. But it still was missing. I think the characters, they could have did something with the characters. Characters look too plain. Right. As far as the characters of the game. I know they basically focus on the cars, which they did that beautifully. But if you make such a beautiful game, you're going to see as far as the downside of it. So all the imperfections and stuff like that. As far as and still they kept a lot of the same, as far as the computer assistant and stuff like that, which was good attributes to the game, help you find the stuff. So it's just racing. If you love the race, this is it. Rick?
Now, big ups to Mark with Elbow Meter Studios and my man Quest. They both were playing it at the time when I was loading the game up there, and it took forever to load, so I didn't get a chance to play with them. And they were both playing with their racing wheels. And from what I seen on the stream, I mean, it looks like it was quite challenging. You really have to tune your wheel to play this game. And it's probably best to play with a wheel if you want to get the full experience of this game. The only reason why I notched it a little bit is because if you're going to advertise this game as being one of your best, I want everything to be the best. The cutscenes were kind of off. They didn't put too much detail in that. And I can get it. I can understand it that you're focused more on the car. You're not focused on the scenery and stuff like that. And a lot of stuff just didn't make sense to me, the way they didn't look. Like the cars look fantastic, but the sceneries look like they were just put together, mashed together. They weren't really worked on too much. And like I said before with the last Forza, I'm not really duped up on the raindrops and stuff like that because that, to me, is not an enhancement for a game. But other than that, like if you're playing it with a joystick, man, it's kind of crazy because the handling is really, really, really off with this. Really off. You have to tweak each car because don't think that you're going to select a car and you're going to be able to mash the gas and then go out and run. No, each car handles differently. I think they took a lot of time to from cars and try to make it accurate with the handling and the steering, and I appreciate them for that. But there got to be a but in it. I want them to do the whole game, the cutscenes. The cutscenes look so 4 years ago. You have this powerful game. Just don't focus on the cars. A lot of us appreciate that, but we still want eye candy after the scenery. And like you're going 200 miles an hour. You're not going to say, okay, this cow is mixing a pixel, or this tree is mixing some leaves or something like that. Just be detailed of all of it. And I know they're not going to really do that because they're not going to spend that amount of time to making scenery look good. But I would appreciate if they would do that. And another reason why I notched it out, because I don't like the fact that these game companies are releasing the most expensive game on one day and then the final version on the next day, giving you a disadvantage on some stuff. Just release the game, set it at one price point, and let everybody enjoy it. You know, I'm telling you, people, they are setting up to make games $100 right now because they're testing the waters. And you fools that go out and buy these early copies, these $100 copies, they're going to turn these games up to $100, man. I'm telling you.
Let's get this final verdict.
Final verdict, Mike.
Fred.
Yes, sir.
Bypass and run.
I'm going to say, buy it.
Yeah, I agree with you too. Buy it. It's Forza, man. It's a beautiful looking game, like we said. You want to step it up from 3 to 4. This is just the correct way to do
it. And before we go, is this the game? Now, this is an exclusive game on Xbox. Is this the game that will make you go out and buy Xbox One X if you have the S or the OG? Is this the game, Mike?
If they didn't have Forza Horizon 3. Maybe. Excuse me. But they have Forza Horizon 3. This is not a console-selling game right here.
Oh.
It's not. I haven't seen it yet. It's not no Horizon Zero Dawn, as I said in previous videos.
I don't think so either.
No. Xbox X, it looks good.
Yeah.
Looks good on it.
Yeah. It's not a seller.
Not a seller.
Not a console seller.
It hasn't. You know what's going to be a console seller? Well, Xbox 2.
Yeah.
Xbox X.2 or Xbox X squared or whatever it is. Whatever the new title is going to be. So, that's it.
That's about it.
So, like always, you guys can hit us up at thagamersshow@gmail.com. That's the Game Show with the name. Don't forget to head on the Facebook store page to find local prices. Don't forget to hit us up at vTime. Don't forget to subscribe to become a Gamers Club member. And don't forget about Patreon where you donate and help out the show.
And please remember to like, subscribe, and follow all our social media networks. Join out. I just messed that up. Join our Xbox community and all that stuff. I just forgot. I don't know what's going on.
Our website community.
Yeah, our website community too. Join all that stuff. And we'll see you next time on WWTF.
See you next time.
The Game Show.
We'll see you next time. Keep watching. Thanks for tuning in.